My name's Aaron, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today I am viewing Ariana Grande Clouds. This is from £27 for 30ml, £35 for 50ml, and if you love it, it's £45 for 100ml. The notes are bergamot, pear, lavender. The mid notes are vanilla orchid, coconut and praline, and the base notes are whipped cream, woods and musk. Here we have our bottles of Ariana Grande Clouds. I'm engaged with a higher self. Let's get testing. Hell of a bottle. If you're a girl, I mean, how would you handle that? Oh, it comes out. It comes out of its cloud. I didn't know that. Just a bit like a Chanel bottle, doesn't it? Oh, that's sweet. Now, I thought, what would I think she would smell like? And I think it's going to be very girly. And I think her demographic is young. So her demographic is 16 up, maybe even younger. 13, 14, 15, 16, that's going to be a demographic. I think it's going to be boys and girls as well. Young, so this is going to smell sweet. When you're young, you love sweeter fragrances. And when you're young as well, you don't really like things too robust and strong. Your palate changes, your taste changes, your smell changes, everything changes as you get older. I'm expecting sugary sweet, cloud-like, effervescent, fun. Imagine her in a massive high heels skipping with a fragrance on. That's kind of what I thought. So I'm going to say it because I kind of, this smells like Baccarat Rouge. But it smells like an inspiration of it and smells like Baccarat Rouge with the pear and the vanilla. I think this is more robust than Baccarat Rouge, if I'm kind of honest with you. Baccarat Rouge on me, I quite like that sort of ambery, oak mossy thing. Saffron, they call it saffron. Latex it's called. I quite like it. But to me, the Baccarat Rouge Extract de Parfum was really good, was radiant. The original one, I can't smell it. I know some people get crazy radiance and crazy projection. I think if Baccarat Rouge works on you, it really works on you. But on me, it didn't. And I know that's, from what I've been told in conversations I've had, that's the effect people have. This is more robust. So this has like the Baccarat Rouge core, but it has musks working on the top and the base to give that metallic, modern, up-to-date feel. But the pear-like quality comes from the musk, mixed with the sweetness. So there's some sweet raw materials, some acetates, some ketones, help to give that sort of sweet quality. Benzyl acetate is giving that almondy feel with heliotropin, vanillin, ethyl vanillin. That's like the core of it with the acetates and the ketones. All of that's the core, which I think is quite delicious, actually. I think it's very nice. The base is sort of naturals, a little bit of cedarwood, and then some sort of citruses to help give the elevation and effervescence. So in my thinking of this, I kind of wore this last night. I sprayed it on a friend of mine who was highly offended that I would spray something like this on him. Kind of, if you're around me, you're going to get sprayed with either my fragrance or another fragrance, and I'm going to ask your opinion. The difference with my brain now is I don't really have an opinion. I'm not really, oh, that's good, that's not bad. I've become quite unopinionated. So I do so many of these reviews. So nowadays, men, women's fragrances, kind of whatever, it all gets judged the same. And it's almost like now I've less opinionated and there's less sort of like personal preference behind it. It's all become like a conveyor belt of fragrances going around, which is quite interesting, I find. I'm not really like so opinionated as I was. In the beginning, I really was, because these were all new. Now it's sort of like a bit like Yo Sushi. That's kind of honestly what it feels like. This smells exactly like I thought. I'm a bit surprised that it has the Baccarat Rouge inspiration. I would say this is like 70% Baccarat Rouge, 30% Ariana Grande, which is sort of like an inspiration from it. On to my final thoughts. I gotta be honest with you, I kind of quite like it. I mean, it's the price, isn't it? Was it £30? Well constructed. I can smell this. So for me, this is kind of fixing the problems Baccarat Rouge has, which I go nose blind. I can't really smell it. I can smell it, then I can't smell it. This is getting a nice bit of radiance. That's the construction of it. Modern, up-to-date perfumery. I love the sweet core. Light, airy, aquatic, ozonic, youthful, fits with the demographic. So I'll go through my marks with you. Box, safe, legal, compliant. So this is a professional company doing this formulation. I imagine she would have said she was Baccarat Rouge and says, can you do something inspired by it? I love it. I kind of think you can't get away from that. The price is very, very good. And what, £30 for this? I mean, it's a bit of a monster. This fits the demographic, younger, 16 up. Can't imagine that if you were older, you would particularly like this, but it has that sweetie thing ladies tend to like in corporate perfumery. That's why there's a lot of it, because people love it. I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love that sort of, the way it's almost like adult perfumery put like with a younger mind. I kind of quite like it. It's quite fun. Candy Flossy, sweeties, fits with the cloud thing. I think it's all right. The price is awesome. And so kind of the price being so cheap, I'm going to mark it an 8 out of 10. And I'll tell you why. The price is very, very good. If this was like double or triple, I'd be knocking marks off. The price is excellent. I kind of love it. It's like Baccarat Rouge inspired. But for me, it's kind of like a bit more interesting than Baccarat Rouge, but it has got that DNA. But I think it's the price. I think it's safe, legal, compliant. It is long lasting. I had it on my skin last night and I kept smelling it. So it's fixing the problem I had with Baccarat Rouge. And I think 8 out of 10 is great. It's the price that's really good. Kind of quite like it, I'm gonna be honest with you. But it does smell like Baccarat Rouge. So kind of if you love Baccarat Rouge and perhaps you find it a little bit too expensive, or you have it and you want something to wear every day, this might be a great alternative for you. It doesn't smell exactly the same to be a dupe, but it sort of smells inspired by. So it's sort of changed enough for me to give it a pass that it's not duping it, but it's enough like it to be inspired by. If that kind of makes sense to you, I kind of want to handle that elephant in the room, because I hate dupes, but it's not a dupe. It is inspired by, which I'm actually fine with. So if you like that review, thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content. Lots of moving hands, lots of fragrance views. Hope you're staying safe and well. See you soon.